This is Mark Anthony with Mercury Time Price Analytics, and welcome to our end-of-day trading video for Tuesday, April 14th. Let me get right to the point. I believe we're going to look back on today as one of the most epic bull traps we have ever seen. And I'm going to talk about that in just a minute. It pertains to this area up here at 2846. But let's start at the beginning. We had a low today at about 630, 645 at about 2780. Very fast move up into 10 a.m. Eastern Time at about 2837. Then we had a violent move down to the roundie at 2800. And then we had this rising wedge into the afternoon. Now on the right side of the screen is our day trading algo, which just flipped short in Globex at about 2834. On the left side is our swing trading algo longer term, and I believe that is going to trigger short either tonight or tomorrow morning. Here's the problem. In my weekly report, I wrote about the importance of the trading range from March 9th to March 11th. So let's take a look at that. And actually, before we do, let's take one more look here. The bottom end of that trading range from March 9th to 11th, the place that absolutely had to hold support was 2778. And that's in the report. You can get it at mercurysignals.com, top menu under weekly reports. Now, the important level 2778, that was the bottom of that trading range from March 9th to 11th. So Sunday we got this open, crazy open. I had no inexplicable why it opened up at 2820, but it immediately got hammered, and this is where it accelerated, 2778, and then in the first half hour that gave you a move down to 2717. But forget about this move up here. This area right here, 2778, when that broke, you got this, and it all goes back to that important trading range, March 9th to March 11th. So we recovered the range here. And I believe this whole move back over 2800 is an overshoot. I believe it wants to trade down into this range tomorrow, April 15th. I don't believe we're going to close anywhere close to 2800. Tomorrow sets up to be a trend day. In my report, I also mentioned that April 13th was a cycle turn date. Those dates are plus or minus a day. So today is an extra day. You had the high today. And I believe this 2846 is going to be, I don't think we're going to see this level again for a long time, quite frankly, this 2846. So let me share with you why I mentioned that. And again, for the report this weekend, just go to mercurysignals.com, top menu item, just click weekly reports, and you'll see the report from this past weekend. So here you have March 9th, March 10th, March 11th. What's important about those 3 days, every day we have an algo pivot, a daily algo bull bear pivot. For example, today was 2781. On March 10th, the daily algo bull bear pivot was 2846.75. Now, look what happened when you broke that level. By Globex next evening, you were down at 2380. So you had a move from 2880 to 2380 when this area broke. Now, imagine you're a long-term trader, position trader, equity investor, and imagine you were buying this area, or let's say you were already long coming into this. You had this move down to 2380. You're trapped. Now, if you're a day trader, well, obviously, if you were long and you were a day trader, you would have been out up in here. But if you're an equity position trader, longer term investor, you might have held on all the way down here. Well, what are you going to do if you're a long-term equity holder and you're trapped when this level 2846 broke? What are you going to do when it gets back up to that level? You're going to sell and be really thankful that you got out. And that's why we saw this sudden spike up right here towards the end of the day. This was about 340 right here, 2835. And you got this fast spike up and boom, like a lightning bolt. it got hammered. That's because there were a massive amount of sell orders here to get all these people out that were trapped at 28.46. And if you're watching the screen today, it literally came up into this level really fast, and in a split second, boom. And that's because the massive, massive amount of sell orders for people that were trapped here that needed to get out. Now, in terms of overbought, I use this term overbought. And overbought has little to do with price. What it has more to do with, from an algorithmic perspective, when we say overbought or oversold, it pertains to distance and time. How fast have equities gone in a particular cycle time frame? And I'm not going to get into the cycle time frames now, but there's certain cycles that the algos run on. So when I talk about overbought or oversold, it's about velocity, how quickly it gets to a certain spot in a particular amount of time. And I've got ways to measure that. At the end of the day, I put together these things called Mercury bands. They're algo pivots. And let me show you tonight's data. This is from the close. So you've got these extension levels, but the heart of these Mercury bands are right here. You've got 4 short cycle Mercury bands and 4 long cycle. And if you watch these videos for any period of time, you've seen the way price will go to these. And even this short cycle is a very long time frame. Price will go to these levels and literally stop within a tick or two. Now, you take today's close. The futures close at 28.44. Now, number one, yesterday's futures close was 84 handles lower, is about 27.60. So a closed day over day, 84 handles higher, that's a big deal to begin with. But what we do when I run these algos at the end of the day is take a look at where these short cycle and long cycle upper levels are coming in, what price they're coming in, relative to where the S&P closed for the day. So the Mercury band long cycle upper level, based on the end of day data, is 26.63. Today's close is 28.84. That means today's close was 181 handles above the Mercury band upper level, and these are calculated at the end of the day. So you take today's high compared to the end of the day calculation that gives you this long cycle upper level. Now, that doesn't mean this is fair value. It gives you an idea how overbought we are. We did not see this level of overbought reading even at the all-time highs. Because remember, overbought and oversold readings from an algorithmic perspective have nothing to do with price. They have to do with how fast price moves over time. And the explosive move that we had off the lows, what was it, 2170 something? 2178, I think. The distance that it traveled and the time it traveled is what gets you these extreme overbought and oversold levels. This is the most extreme overbought level that I've ever seen. 181 handles today's close above this upper band. So that gives you an idea how overbought we are. And literally, we are more overbought as of today's close than we were at the 33.97 all-time high. And it's not even close. About the most we got in this metric at the all-time high was about 120 handles. So here we are at 180 handles above tonight's long cycle upper level. And I cannot emphasize enough, if you are long equities right now, please hedge your position if you want to maintain long equity positions after today. Hedge your long exposure, because we're going to see something ugly potentially over the next few days. Again, if you haven't been to our website, it's mercurysignals.com. That weekly report I'm talking about, click the weekly reports, or I'm sorry, it's market reports menu at the top of the page. You'll see the report that talks about this over the weekend. And let me leave you with this. One of the other reasons that this is so dangerous to be long right now is the euphoria that we're seeing to buy equities today would be out of place even if the economy was booming. However, given the current circumstances, there is no reason to be bullish at 2,800 or 2,840 or 2,760. There's no reason for it. And if you doubt me, let me show you two charts. Here, this is Apple. The more the dog barks, the slower it will load. Waiting for Apple. Still waiting for Apple. All right. Here's the point. If you weren't trading today, and I told you that Apple was at 288 and crude oil was struggling to find a bid at 21 bucks, would you be buying or selling equity futures? Apple today hit 288 bucks on the news that supposedly sales have picked up in China. Newsflash, Apple's the number 5 cell phone provider in China. The average wage in China is about $7,000. What do you think the market is for an $800 cell phone? That's absolute not. But you get this stuff from Apple all the time. But listen, our family are big users of Apple products. I love Apple products. But Apple at 288 is going to be dead money for a long time. Absolutely insane. Apple at 288, crude oil struggling to find a bid. Right now, the continuous contract is 2035. One of those things is dramatically out of place. So as we close the video, we're trading down into our Globex pivot, our first Globex pivot at 28.21. I think we're going a lot lower. Thank you so much for your time today. Again, if you're long equities, please hedge your long exposure. And if you'd like help with your trading, I believe we have the best pricing on a professional level algorithmic trading service. There is nothing else that does what our systems do. So please check out our website, mercurysignals.com. We thank you so much for your time. We hope everybody in your life and your family is healthy and safe. Most importantly, God bless you, God bless your family, and we hope to see you again soon.